Last time, we wandered windswept coastlines, turquoise bays, and ancient forests. But Tasmania is more than wilderness, its stories etched in stone, vines curled in morning mist, and time that flows as slowly as its rivers. I end this second part of our journey. We leave behind the ridge of the east and follow the island's heartbeat northward, from the historic charm of Launceston, to the tranquil vineyards of the Tamar Valley, to the alpine majesty of Cradle Mountain. We'll taste, wander, hike, and discover a quieter side of Tasmania. One that reveals itself not with a roar, but with a whisper.
Spiral Calendar Day 6, Launceston and Tamar Valley, Heritage, Nature, and Winey. By Day 6, we've seen Tasmania's coasts and wild places, but today offers a change of pace. We arrive in Launceston, the island's second largest city, nestled in Tasmania's fertile north. Launceston is a graceful blend of old and new. Its streets are lined with well-preserved 19th century architecture, yet its energy is young and vibrant. Stroll down Brisbane Street and you'll find boutique shops, cafes, and local galleries all humming with quiet creativity. But the true heart of Launceston lies just minutes from the city centre, Cataract Gorge. This spectacular natural reserve feels like a world apart, towering cliffs, a rushing river, and peaceful walking paths shaded by native flora. You can cross the world's longest single-span chairlift here, gliding silently above the gorge for panoramic views, or simply enjoy the walking trails that wind through this surprising pocket of wilderness. After a relaxing morning, head north into one of Australia's best-kept secrets, the Tamar Valley. This lush region follows the Tamar River and is famous for its award-winning cool climate wines, especially Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, and sparkling varieties. Driving through the valley, you'll pass rolling vineyards, lavender farms, and quiet cellar doors where the winemaker often pours the wine themselves. Stop in at Joseph Crummy Wines or Tamar Ridge for a tasting. Many offer scenic picnic spots or gourmet platters that showcase local cheeses, fruits, and smoked meats. But the experience isn't just about wine. It's about slowing down, savoring, and letting Tasmania's gentle rhythm take over. With golden afternoon light spilling over the vineyards, it's easy to see why this region is becoming a favorite among those in the know. Whether you're sipping a crisp Riesling or watching the light dance across the river, Day 6 invites you to pause and appreciate the finer things in life. As the sun sets over the Tamar River, the journey continues. Tomorrow, we trade vineyards for highlands, and gentle rivers for glacier-carved lakes. Cradle Mountain awaits.
Spiral Calendar Day 7, Cradle Mountain, into the wild heart of Tasmania. Day 7 marks a shift from cultivated vineyards to the wild majesty of Tasmania's alpine world. We're heading into the heart of the island, to a place that defines its natural soul, Cradle Mountain Lake St. Clair National Park, part of the Tasmanian Wilderness World Heritage Area. The drive itself is a transformation. Fields give way to ancient rainforest, then open to glacial valleys carved by time. When Cradle Mountain finally appears on the horizon, its jagged silhouette rising above the tree line, you understand why this place inspires both awe and stillness. The centerpiece of the region is Dove Lake, a glacial lake nestled at the foot of the mountain. A well-maintained circuit trail loops around the shoreline, offering a 2-hour walk through breathtaking scenery, moss-covered forest, buttongrass plains, and mirrored reflections of the towering peaks above. Every step here feels sacred. The air is crisp, scented with eucalyptus and alpine herbs. Wombats shuffle through the underbrush. Wallabies peek from behind boulders. This isn't just a hike, it's a communion with something timeless. For the more adventurous, there's the challenging hike up to Marian's Lookout, where you'll be rewarded with sweeping views of the valley and the lake below. Or simply find a quiet rock beside the water, sit in silence, and let nature do the talking. The weather here can shift in minutes, from golden sun to swirling mist, adding an almost mythical quality to the landscape. Come prepared with layers and a sense of wonder. Tomorrow, we head west, toward windswept coastlines, ancient rainforests, and the wild rivers of Strahan. The journey continues, deeper into Tasmania's soul.
Spiral Calendar Day 8, Strahan, Edge of the World, Gateway to the Wild. Day 8 brings us to Tasmania's rugged west coast, to the tiny harbour town of Strahan. Isolated, windswept, and quietly beautiful, Strahan feels like the end of the world. And in a way, it is. Perched on the edge of vast Macquarie Harbour, surrounded by ancient rainforest and powerful rivers, Strahan is the launch point for one of Tasmania's most unforgettable journeys, a cruise down the Gordon River. Speedboat: The Gordon River Cruise, Nature, Untouched. As your vessel glides silently across the tan and dark waters of the Gordon River, the modern world begins to fade. On either side, dense rainforest stretches as far as the eye can see, home to thousand-year-old Huon pines, trees that stood long before recorded history. The water is like glass. Still. Perfectly reflective. The kind of place where you instinctively lower your voice, as if entering a cathedral of nature. Disembark for a gentle boardwalk through the forest at Heritage Landing, where guides share the secrets of the ecosystem, ferns, fungi, and flora that thrive in this untouched wilderness. These forests are part of a World Heritage listed region, recognized for both its natural and cultural significance. Desert Island: Sarah Island, Ghosts of a Harsh Past. Midway through the cruise you'll stop at Sarah Island, once home to one of the most notorious penal settlements in the British Empire. In the early 1800s, this remote island was where the worst of the worst were sent. Convicts here endured brutal conditions, forced to cut and mill Huon pine for shipbuilding. The remnants of the colony remain: moss-covered ruins, crumbling chimneys, rusted anchors. But it's the stories, told vividly by local guides, that bring the place to life. Tales of escape, survival, and rebellion echo thr. Age: the forested silence. Cityscape at dusk: evening in Strahan, quiet reflection. Back in Strahan, the pace is unhurried. Stroll along the wharf as fishing boats return from the sea. Sample fresh Tasmanian salmon or crayfish at a local tavern. Watch the sky blush pink over the water, and listen to the hush that settles over this edge-of-the-world town as night falls. Strahan is a place of contrasts, untamed beauty and tragic history, roaring wilderness and absolute calm. A reminder that Tasmania's wildness isn't just found in its landscapes, but in its stories, its silence, and its soul.
Day 9, Return to Hobart, between history, art and views. Day 9 brings us back to Hobart, but the city greets us with new layers to uncover. The morning begins amidst the colors and scents of the farm gate market, a lively gathering where locals stock up on fresh produce, crafts, and delicacies. As we stroll between the stalls, time seems to slow down, inviting us to enjoy a coffee or savor a freshly baked empanada. We continue on to the Mount Nelson Signal Station, a scenic lookout offering breathtaking views of the Derwent River, the city of Hobart, and, in the distance, Bruny Island. Here, the wind carries tales of sailors and signals, while the landscape invites quiet contemplation. In the afternoon, we dive into the provocative art of Mona, the Museum of Old and New Art. Its exhibitions challenge conventions, stir the mind, and awaken dormant emotions. Each installation is a dialogue between past and present, the familiar and the unknown. The day ends at Cascade Brewery, the oldest in Tasmania. Surrounded by lush gardens and with a glass of craft beer in hand, we reflect on the journey we've taken. The stories heard, the landscapes admired, and the flavors savored blend into an unforgettable memory. Tomorrow, we'll journey southward once again, returning to Hobart, but not before one final climb, one last lookout, and a chance to see Tasmania from above.
Spiral Calendar Day 10, farewell, a final sunrise, a journey remembered. And now, Day 10. The final page of our Tasmanian story. The day begins not with urgency, but with presence. Step outside early. Watch the first light paint the hills above Hobart in gentle gold. The city still sleeps, the harbor barely stirs, but you're here, witnessing the quiet beginning of a new day.
Sunrise over mountains, morning reflections, what travel leaves behind. This journey has taken us across 2,000 kilometers of coastline, mountain, and forest. From the windswept cliffs of Bruny Island to the Alpine heights of Cradle Mountain, we've walked through time in Port Arthur, savored wine in Tamar Valley, and floated through rainforests older than memory itself. But travel is never just about the places we go. It's about how they shape us while we're there, and how they stay with us long after we leave. Luggage departure, not an ending, but a beginning. As you gather your things, check your passport, and move toward the gate, a part of you will want to stay. Not in body, but in spirit. That's Tasmania's gift. It doesn't just welcome you. It plants something in you. A quieter heartbeat. A wider gaze. A deeper breath. This is not the end of a trip. It's the beginning of a new way to see the world.
Thank you for walking this journey with us. If this story moved you, inspired you, or simply made you smile, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to DSV Travel Trip channel. More adventures await. But for now, we leave you with this: wherever you go, travel not just to see, but to feel. Not just to move, but to be moved.